A while back, massive, enormous humanoids called the Titans out of nowhere showed up on the Earth. They benefited from any people they could get their hand on. People were not at the top of the natural pecking order any longer, and soon, their populace began to diminish. Indeed, even later, numerous developments were cleared out. Humankind hadn't figured out how to battle the Titans, so all things considered, they chose restricting their opportunity to be protected. The enduring people constructed gigantic concentric walls, taller than the Titans, around an area to forestall attack. Two round walls were developed, one inside the other, to guarantee twofold security. The space was known as the external locale, and the inward was known as the internal region. Inside those walls, they could carry on the quiet life. Nonetheless, the walls didn't ensure assurance. And surprisingly, following 100 years, individuals live in feeling of dread toward the Titans. The hero of the film is a young fellow named Eren Yeager who lives in the external region. He fantasies about going past the walls, sometime to investigate the world. He much of the time flaunts about the oceans and expanses of the external world to his companions, Armin and Mikasa. At some point, they choose to go to the line and take a stab at climbing the wall to leap to the opposite side. At the point when they arrive at nearer to the boundary, the gathering is stunned to see the size of the wall. Armin and Mikasa have some misgivings of the thought, asserting that the Titans can in any case be outside. In any case, Eren demands that it has been a long time since anybody has seen them, and without any people to benefit from, they have likely kicked the bucket. Their discussion is stopped when the Line Watch comes to capture the gathering for being excessively near the wall. Eren, rankled by the police attempting to catch his companions, begins battling them, totally overlooking the way that he can be executed for the wrongdoing. All at once, Skipper Suda approaches them and asks the troopers to withdraw. He vows to rebuff the gathering actually and sends the fighters away. Suda grasps Eren's longing for opportunity, yet scrutinizes his activities as silly. He then illuminates the gathering regarding a tactical way to deal with investigate past the walls. He makes sense of that. The public authority has sent warriors outside to examine what is going on, so Eren doesn't have to jeopardize his life. Out of nowhere, a boisterous blast surprises everybody. A seismic tremor follows it, and the ground starts to shake. The gathering withdraws as the wall moves forcefully. Then, at that point, a perspective on a gigantic Titan on the opposite side is seen. He lets out an uproarious shriek and starts kicking the wall. The watch officials watch in dread, unfit to effectively stop the animal. The Titan at last breaks the wall and vanishes into smoke. Everything goes quiet for a couple of moments. Then, individuals see numerous such animals enter the city. The officers assault the beasts with cannonballs which cause them practically zero damage. They appear to have strong recovery properties, as the injuries brought about by the cannons mend at an extraordinary speed. Before long, the Titans arrive at the warriors and begin gobbling up them individually. A trooper even commits self-destruction, guaranteeing that it is superior to passing on because of the beasts. Everybody begins to run for their lives as the Titans annihilate houses, and yet however many individuals as they can. Armin gets lost in the group while Eren and Mikasa run towards the town church, where individuals will stow away. Mikasa sees a young kid on the ground going to be stepped on by the running group. She goes to save the kid, however gets isolated from Eren all the while. Eren gets hauled inside the congregation, yet individuals close its entry just later, not letting any other person get in. Eren watches his closest companion from the congregation's window as she is moved toward by a female Titan with unnerving teeth. Mikasa realizes that nothing can save her now, so she brings down her head, tolerating her destiny. All at once, a noisy blast sends everybody inside the congregation in reverse. At the point when Eren looks outside once more, Mikasa and the Titan are no place to be seen. He runs outside, searching for Mikasa, just to go over the remains of the city that once used to be his home. At the point when Eren pivots, he sees the beasts tearing the congregation separated and gobbling up everybody inside. He meanders into the obliterated city terribly, sliced to 2 years after the fact. All survivors from the past Titan assault have moved to the inward area. The military is currently intending to get the external region back, after the crowd of exiles moving into the inward region, and relinquishment of the fruitful farmland of the external one. The shortage of food began killing individuals. Assuming this proceeds, everybody will ultimately pass on from starvation. Their main choice for endurance is to assume control over the external area and fix the messed up wall. The head of the tactical powers is named Kubel. He gives the troopers a genuine discourse and calls a young lady named Hans on the stage. She is the top of the weapon of the troop. Hans shows another omnidirectional portability gear that she claims will assist them with battling the Titans. Yet, she goes after her own kin unintentionally. Then, we see Eren and Armin in the tactical group. It would seem the two of them made do. They assault a long time back, and presently have enlisted in the military. Eren needs to retaliate for the Titans, for killing the lady he cherished, Mikasa. Skipper Suda additionally endured the assault, however has lost his will to live. He is presently a food wholesaler in the military and a drunkard. The officers plan to attack the external area around evening time when the Titans will be snoozing. They need to close the way that the Titan attacked the city from, so no new Titans can enter. Then, they can kill the excess ones and get their locale back. Hands requests that everybody push ahead leisurely and not make any clamor, as the beasts are delicate to sounds. The entry to the external locale opens, and the military drives out in military vans. As they push ahead, the skipper suddenly orders them to stop the vehicles, detecting a progress ahead. The warriors gradually glance around just to track down cows wandering in the city. One of them, named Kiana, hears a child crying and chooses to research it, jeopardizing her life. Eren follows the young lady, and the two end up inside an obliterated structure. The cry becomes more clear as they go further in. Out of nowhere, a disgusting fluid falls on Kiana. The two turn upward and are scared to see a gigantic child Titan eating a human. The child falls before the two begins to cry. They take off external in dread. The warriors begin to overreact on account of the commotion. However, the commander orders them to stay silent and not draw in any Titans. Unexpectedly, a monstrous hand arises out of the blue and gets the chief. The Titans have awoken. Presently, the troopers are in extraordinary peril. Eren and Hyana run towards the gathering as a monstrous beast follows them. They begin running back to the vehicles, yet Administrator Kubel faculties the risk and takes off with the vehicle and the weapons. Hands from inside the vehicle requests that the gathering come to a neglected structure close by. The officers run towards the structure, yet are encircled by the Titans before they can get away. They lose all trust when out of nowhere, a Titan executioner and chief of the scout regiment, Shikishima, shows up. He utilizes a swinging gadget to kill the Titans midair by striking the frail zone behind their neck. Shikishima has a female accomplice as talented as him. The killed Titans tumble to the ground and vanish. Eren, at long last, gets a brief look at Shikishima's companion and is past shocked to see that she is Mikasa. Mikasa, be that as it may, gives no consideration to her close buddy and takes a gander at Shikishima, grinning at her. The two then, at that point, go to the structure, trailed by the officers. It just so happens, Administrator Kubel has selected Shikishima to assist him with the mission. Shikishima saved Mikasa's life that day and even showed her how to battle the Titans. From that point forward, they have been filling in as accomplices living in a universe of Titans. Mikasa has taken in the cruel truth of life and doesn't have any desire to relate with individuals from her previous lifestyle any longer. Afterward, one of the fighters faults Eren for drawing in the Titans prior and seriously endangering everybody's life. The two get into a battle, however, are before long came by Mikasa. Shikishima asks Eren his name and exhibits his prevalence by bringing Eren to stop for a moment to talk with him in private. Eren advises Shikishima that he needs to learn to kill the Titans and faults the beasts for catching them. Shikishima snickers at him, asserting that people caught themselves in, not the Titans. They were too frightened to even think about battling, and their cowardice brought them where they are. He then incites Eren by calling him a defeatist. At the point when Eren denies being one, Shikishima requests that he let go of his actions and battle the Titans for his opportunity. Eren then, at that point, goes searching for Mikasa and tracks down her playing a wrecked piano. He has a go at rejoining with her, yet Mikasa appears to be casual to his endeavors. She says that she transformed into an alternate individual with a child she was carrying for Kick the Bucket. Mikasa then uncovers an indentation on her body, showing how the Titan assault had treated her. They are intruded on by Shikishima, who takes care of Mikasa and Apple with his hand, showing his love towards her. A sorrowful Eren runs outside and shouts in misery. His main love, for whom he needed to vindicate the Titans, it is presently not the individual she used to be. All at once, Hyana approaches Eren and solaces him. The two return inside the structure and are talking as one more couple next to them makes out. Hyana gets profound enlightening Eren concerning her little girl, who is back in the inward area. She then attempts to allure Eren and compels herself on him. Be that as it may, they are interfered with when a monster eye gazes at them through a window. It out of nowhere hauls Hyana with his mouth, not giving them much chance to think. Eren looks as his companion is eaten by the beast. Many different Titans approach the structure. Shikishima, Mikasa, and different warriors put on their pinion wheels and battle the Titans. Shikishima kills the majority of them alongside Mikasa, yet numerous others are harmed in light of the fact that this is their most memorable time battling. The explosives are the main resource that will help them dispose of the Titans over the long haul, so Authority Kubel requests that everybody safeguard them. In the interim, the couple who were making out prior are gone after. and the man passes on in the experience. The lady is crushed by her darling's demise and promises to vindicate the animal who killed him. Then, at that point, we see an individual getting into the vehicle with the dangerous and heading out. The lady, who had recently lost her darling, intends to forfeit herself and bounces on the vehicle to light the explosives. She assumes control over the directing haggle towards the Titan who killed her darling. As she crashes onto the Titan, the blast explodes his legs. In any case, the assault doesn't work in light of the fact that the Titan's legs come back rapidly. The best way to kill them is to strike on their point of weakness. Eren is still on the highest point of the structure and hasn't helped other people rout the Titans yet. He recalls Shikishima's words from prior and utilizations the springs to go after them. He battles from the get-go, yet figures out how to make his most memorable kill with a little direction from Shikishima. Be that as it may, he loses his equilibrium just later and flies straightforwardly into another Titan's mouth. The Titan bits off one of his legs, yet Eren figures out how to save himself by hopping onto the housetop. Unexpectedly, a Titan gets hold of Armin as he is attempting to take off. The others attempt to save him as the Titan is going to eat the person. Eren cries in torment, however, doesn't quit attempting to help his companion. He hauls himself towards the edge of the structure and jumps into the beast's mouth, holding it open. Armin is going to slide into the beast's throat, however is saved. Nonetheless, Eren drops into the Titan's stomach all the while. There he in the middle of between a few dead bodies, one of them being high on. In the interim, Mikasa and the others are on a roof, where Armin tells her about Eren's demise. Mikasa neglects to conceal her feelings and is apparently miserable to have heard the news. Incensed, she dispatches the Titans and kills each and every one of them. Notwithstanding, her fuel runs out halfway, making her tumble to the ground. The Titan who ate Eren before approaches Mikasa and is prepared to kill her. However, unexpectedly, a hand arises out of the animal's mouth. Armin is going to slide into the beast's throat, however is saved. Nonetheless, Eren drops into the Titan's stomach all the while. There he in the middle of between a few dead bodies, one of them being Hyana. In the interim, Mikasa and the others are on a roof, where Armin tells her about Eren's demise. Mikasa neglects to conceal her feelings and is apparently miserable to have heard the news. Incensed, she dispatches the Titans and kills each and every one of them. Notwithstanding, her fuel runs out halfway, making her tumble to the ground. The Titan who ate Eren before approaches Mikasa and is prepared to kill her. However, unexpectedly, a hand arises out of the animal's mouth. Before long, his body explodes, uncovering one more Titan inside him. The recently framed Titan battles his own sort and kills them individually. The enduring fighters watch in stunningness as they understand the new Titan is really Eren. In the wake of killing everybody, the Titan draws near the structure forcefully. Eren appears to have failed to remember who he endlessly is killing everybody in sight. The troopers retreat in dread aside from Mikasa, who calls out to Eren. Be that as it may, he doesn't stop and gets her. While taking a gander at her, he gradually recovers his memory and starts to perceive Mikasa. He then, at that point, falls dead to the ground and begins to vanish like different Titans. Mikasa cuts his point of concern open, and the human Eren rises out of the animal. Shockingly, he has developed his leg back with the assistance of the animal's recovery powers.